Now, as someone who works in the Ministry of Health, I was excited to listen to what Akilah Byron Nisbet had to say in her interview last night. Because working in the Ministry of Health is horrible. The conditions are horrible. Everything is horrible. Everybody that works in it knows it. And every citizen that has had to be a part of that system, they have felt how horrible the entire system is with regards to its functioning. And I wanted to see what the minister had to say for herself after a multitude of health scandals in which persons in St. Kitts lost their lives and in which the families of those persons have to deal with the repercussions of that for the rest of their lives. In a system in which when we had a task force that locked down everybody, took away their livelihood and went on television more than one time to say that they're just doing their civil and national duty. That documents were leaked showing that each of them were paid thousands upon thousands of dollars each. I wanted to hear what she would have to say for herself. And as expected, just like everybody else in Team Unity, she's proven that she's lies, she's bad, she's dangerous, and she needs to go. Nothing but lies from beginning to end. And let me easily prove how everything that she was saying was a lie. She went and said there that she said that she improved doctor salaries. Well, me went and me asked 23 individual doctors from last night when she said so. Each of the 23 doctors say up to now they're not getting the increase, so they don't know what she's talking about. Those that are on step, still on step. Those that were getting $3,000 a month, still getting $3,000. Those that were getting whatever they were getting, they're still getting it. So she lied. A full, bold-faced lie. And I know that all of those doctors who did not get any increase in salary up to now, that they will never vote for her. They already weren't going to vote for her. But for now, for sure, they have made up their mind that they are not voting for her. The only person that has talked to them with sense is the same Dr. Drew, and the only person that could fix the health situation is the same Dr. Drew. But I will continue. She listed out a barrage of things that she claimed were done to improve healthcare in St. Kitts. She claimed that there were new x-ray machines. She claimed that there were new ultrasound machines. She claimed that new beds were added. All kinds of claims. Let me tell you something. This same government here, this government that wastes millions of dollars on media propaganda every single year. This same government in which if they give somebody a quart, they're going to take 1 million pictures giving the person a quart. This same government in which if they kick a pebble, they're going to bombard you with propaganda for weeks about the fact that they kick a pebble. You're trying to tell me that that same government did any kind of improvement whatsoever in that hospital and they did not broadcast the hell out of it? These same people who give mattress to people and take pictures of the flat mattress with people, these same people? You got to be joking. When they get in knocked about left, right, and center about how bad the hospital be, and the perfect counter from a long time is to say that you improve something or you add a machine, these same people were so humble that they don't say nothing. An X-ray machine is a big, big machine. It's a big contraption. Just to move that to the hospital hallway, you have to halt all operations. Nobody could say that any X-ray machine was secretly added to the hospital. Have you ever heard anybody say they see any machine being dragged through the hospital? That's all I'm asking, if you've ever heard of that. This same hospital, there have been ceremonies in this hospital when somebody donates just a simple box of medicine. They stop everything, they have a whole big ceremony, they put chairs in the hallway, they invite all of ZIZ and they're shaking hands and taking pictures. That same hospital, a whole X-ray machine gonna go in the hospital and they ain't take advantage of that and take pictures of that? An ultrasound machine is a big contraption on wheels and thing, and it costs thousands of dollars. You want to tell me that them there get a whole ultrasound machine, and them there ain't taking no pictures of that? If you go to the hospital right now and try to get an ultrasound done, it's going to take you a month. And when you ask questions, they're going to say things like this broken, that broken. It's not the fault of the staff, but the X-ray machines that the ultrasound machines that they have there, they just don't work. And you want to tell me that somehow they get a new one, so they buy it mash up? And they sneak it in and they're so humble? Give me a break. There is nothing that was added or improved to healthcare because these people would have done so much media broadcasting and propaganda on it. They would have made sure that everybody knew and they would not have to wait until Akilah went and said in some kind of interview that they did these things, but they were just quote unquote seen or unseen. I don't know what kind of hallucination she's suffering from when she's talking about seen or unseen. Speaking of hallucinations and seen and unseen things, I was very offended when Mr. Nittel went and said that the responsibility of persons with mental illness, it rests on the families. That is such an insult And that lets everybody know that they have never had to deal with somebody with mental illness before. These people, when they have serious mental illness, they are a threat to themselves and to everybody around them. The family members have to call police and thing, and sometimes these people are uncontrollable. That cannot be the responsibility of the family members them alone. Anybody would tell you, any family member would tell you they tried everything in the power, but they cannot control this person and they walk in the streets. And that is why you need the support of the mental health system. There is no mental health system to support the families. The families are willing. Every time an opportunity comes up to try to help their family members, they are there and they are willing. But the system is horrible. And for you to then throw the blame and say everything bad that you see is because of the families and not because of the government, that is an irresponsible statement. And every single family that is suffering with someone with mental illness in their household, they should never vote for Akilah Byron Nisbet and the garbage that she's trying to put forth. I'm not even going to let myself get upset and even think about anything else. From those things alone, Akilah has proven herself to be absolutely unelectable. And the back end of her will be the only time when healthcare in St. Kitts and Nevis actually improves. I don't even care about entertainment and IT because she ain't even do nothing in those, so those lies don't even count. To say she has an IT degree and our medical system didn't even get digitized or anything, and she had 2 whole years, she didn't even make a pinky toe with regards to advancement with that. Don't even get me started with that. But all I will say is that she has proven herself to be an unelectable candidate, and she's made some enemies that will never vote for her. And that 2-year stint will just go down as a negative blip in history, and we will soon correct this mistake in constituency number 3.